Good evening and welcome back to day number 228. My name is Mary, and today's story called The Samaritan Woman. It was early in the morning, about sunrise, when Jesus sat by Jacob's well. He was very tired, for he had walked a long way. He was hungry, and his disciples had gone to a village to buy food. He was thirsty too. As he looked into the well, he could see the water, 100 feet below, but he had no rope to let down a cup or a jar and draw up some water. Just at this moment, a Samaritan woman came to the well with her water jar on her head and her rope in her hand. Jesus looked at her, and in one glance he read her soul and saw all her life. He knew that Jews did not speak to Samaritans, but he said to her, "Please give me a drink." The woman saw from his looks and his dress that he was a Jew. And she said to him, "How is it that you, a Jew, ask a drink of me, a Samaritan woman?" Jesus answered her, "If you knew what God's free gift is, and if you knew who it is that says to you, 'Give me a drink,' you would ask him to give you living water, and he would give it to you." There was something in the words and looks of Jesus that made the woman feel he was not an ordinary man. She said to him, "Sir, you have nothing to draw water with, and the well is deep. Where can you get that living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who drank from this well and gave it to us? Whoever drinks of this water," said Jesus, "shall thirst again. But whoever drinks of the water that I give him shall never thirst. The water I give him shall be a well of water springing up unto everlasting life." "Sir," said the woman, "give me some of this water of yours, so I will not thirst any more, or have to come all the way to this well." Jesus looked at the woman and said to her, "Go home, bring your husband, and come back." "I have no husband," answered the woman. "Yes," said Jesus, "you have spoken the truth. You have no husband, but you have had 5 husbands, and the man you now have is not your husband." The woman was filled with wonder when she heard this. Here was a man who knew what a stranger could not know. She felt God had spoken to him, and she said, "Sir, I see that you are a prophet of God. Tell me whether our people or the Jews are right. Our fathers have worshipped on this mountain. The Jews say that Jerusalem is the place men should go to worship. Now, which of these is the right place?" "Woman, believe me, said Jesus. "There is coming a time when men shall worship God in other places besides this mountain and Jerusalem. The time is near. It has even come when true worshippers everywhere shall pray to God in spirit and in truth. For God Himself is a spirit." The woman said, "I know that the Anointed One is coming, the Christ. When He comes, He will teach us all things." Excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. Jesus said to her, "I that speak to you now am He, the Christ." Just then, the disciples of Jesus came back from the village. They wondered to see Jesus talking with this Samaritan woman, but they said nothing. The woman had come to draw water, but in her interest in this wonderful stranger, she forgot her errand. Leaving her water jar, she ran back to her village and said to the people, "Come, see a man who told me everything I have done all my life. Isn't this the Christ we are looking for?" When the woman left, the disciples urged Jesus to eat some of the food they had brought. A little while before, Jesus had been hungry, but now he had forgotten his own needs. He said to them, "I have food to eat that you know nothing of, the food of the soul." That food is to do the will of God and to work for Him. Do you say to me that there are 4 months before the harvest? I tell you to look at the fields and see them white for the harvest. You shall reap and shall have a rich reward, gathering fruit to everlasting life. Jesus meant that this woman had bad, bad as she may have been before, was now ready to hear his words. So they would find the hearts of men everywhere, like a field of ripe grain, ready to be won and be saved. Soon the woman came back to the well with many of her people. They asked Jesus to come to their town and stay there and teach them. He went with them and stayed there 2 days, teaching these Samaritans. And many of the people believed Jesus and said, "We have heard for ourselves. Now we know that this is the Savior of the world." And that was the end of our story, and it was the word of the Lord. Now we come to our discussion questions. Number 1 says, why wouldn't most Jews have talked to the woman at the well? The second part, who did talk to her? Once more, why wouldn't most Jews have talked to the woman at the well? Second part, who did talk to her? Number 2, what kind of water did Jesus tell the woman about? What kind of water did Jesus tell the woman about? Number 3, what did the woman do when she found out that Jesus was the Anointed One? What did the woman do when she found out that Jesus was the Anointed One? Number 4 and last. What happened to the people in that town because of the woman at the well? What happened to the people in that town because of the woman at the well? And with that, we come to the end of day number 228. It's great to have you with me once again. May God bless us all. Till next time. Bye for now.